goodness.
We're back for part 2. I never thought it was going to take this long when the first broadcast was cut off to get back to this reading. But I ended up having clients and running errands, and I needed to feed myself, and we're back. I just listened to the part 1, and I don't know how much of a part 2 this is going to be to the part 1. Part 1 is significant, but I had been asking Spirit, I'm like, so how do you want me to do this? This is weird to step away from the reading and then go back to the same reading. And so just start from the beginning. I still have all the cards down. So we're going to go ahead and get started with position 1, which was the root of the question, the concern, and the issue. We had the eternal child coming out, and we had the emperor. Oh, okay. So in the first reading, I do remember that the father energy was coming through really heavy with this emperor card, but right now it just came through as a protection. So both apply. I'm hearing that both apply. I'm hearing there was always a specific level of protection over you, even though you were allowed to have certain experiences. We talked about different violations that ones carry forward with them, but even though certain things were allowed, as they would become the catalyst of your spiritual evolution, they were necessary experiences, but there was a lot of things that you were at the same time still protected from. Okay. So the emperor, and so the root of the question has to do with the eternal child, and the emperor, it has to do with the father energy. It has to do with father wounding. It has to do with masculine energy overall. I just saw a very happy-go-lucky lady who just has been married to a very oppressive masculine for a very long time. And although he has served as a provider and a protector, he's also been extremely oppressive at the same time as being the provider and the protector. See this center light right here? They're showing that this is you residing in an energy of a protective force field. They're showing me this, like if a dome and the way the rainbow is coming off of it. They're showing how light gets refracted when it hits glass. Thank you. So the root of the question, the concern, and the issue, we have the eternal child and the emperor. I also have my runes out. I think we're going to end up using these after we finish the card part, but they're now guiding me. Again, like I said, different from before, but we're going to take the same message and run with it. Whatever spirit wants to come through, that's what we'll hear. But they now asked me to go ahead and, as I move through the spread, to pull out from the handmade oracle cards a message to go with not letting anything slip by. Wow. So the root of the question, the concern, and the issue is that you've had to, because of whatever experiences you had in your past, which we talked a little bit about that in part 1, it's like to protect that lighthearted, fun-loving, magical, eternal child energy that you have, are, do, and be. You also had to build this protector energy. So there's like totally this, the way I show up depends a lot on how you show up. Like it's a response to you. Also, you had to really step into your masculine energy. Instead of always being soft, waiting for a protector, waiting for a provider. I see where you have stood up and protected and provided for self. I heard in order to safeguard that inner child. So there's like this soft, you're like a crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. You're like a ice cream with the magic chocolate shell on the outside that you have to bite through. Okay, but except for that chocolate magic shell, everybody can't penetrate it. It's like, there's got to be a specific formula. But now, like, so now there's not letting anything slip by. For somebody here, we have a person who was refusing to grow up. I'm seeing a person who's refusing to grow up. I feel like this is on the other side of the table. Yeah. And you had to shut that down. We did talk a little bit about the Chiron, the rare healer energy in this 44 that's here as well. And so, you know, because you have stepped into this position in your life where you're the authority. I'm not taking orders. I run this. Oh, yeah, that's a whole different mentality, right? From being so submissive and just subservient. They're giving me the word subservient now to being the boss, being in charge, calling the shots. Okay. Now, what's hidden in this? We had the Mother of Swords and the Riddle. What's hidden in this has a lot to do with your ability to process. I'm getting your ability to process information. So I see that, like, you see a lot more than what you talk about. I have two cards showing itself to me. One was the one that came out in my hand saying, haters are going to hate. You're clearly doing something right now. They have something to hate on. Free to be me. And it says, ugh. Also. So the thing of it is, you can see beyond the surface. You're able to determine and just become aware. Even if people are low-key hating, hiding it, or whatever, you can tell. These cards also came out, and we have from the Noble Eightfold Path of Buddhism, the right view, which says, know the truth. Again, you can, and I'm hearing, what's hidden is you know why people hate. You can tell why people hate. You can tell when people are in hating mode. I heard no matter how many pretty smiles they try to disguise it with. Yeah, or compliments. I heard you could tell when those compliments come from love or when they don't. What else did it come out? Oh, the karmic soul contract came out, which gives us insight about, like, you know, however much you decided with your pre-human life application to come to earth that you would fulfill this certain contract, whether it's father wounding, like we talked about, whether it was, you know, being in subservience and learning to step into your power, whatever. But once you fulfill that, or you learn the lesson, you move out. And so it's like you get further away from the center of it. So it'll be around you, but it won't be in your particular life. So there's this energy here. It's like you can tell because you have the Queen of Swords, which means you can deduce, you can see, you can see beyond the physical. It's like you just know stuff, right? And one of the things you just know is that everybody doesn't see things the way you do, because everybody hasn't lived through what you've lived through, and everybody hasn't evolved and grown from it the way you have. And so some of the times the people that's hating on you are just hating on you because they're still stuck in the shit. Like literally still stuck in the shit. Still dealing with the karma, still dealing with the consequences, still angry, still in pain. They ain't tried to heal. They ain't doing nothing about no healing. Yeah. And so they be hating on you because the same stuff that keeps them stuck and bound no longer binds you. It can't hold you. Yeah, it can't hold you. And I'm hearing, because you went through a lot, but you maintained that light inside. You maintained that eternal child. So what's emerging in this, let's get through these cards this time. What's emerging in this, we have the medallion. Ooh, sacred objects. And I have my sacred baubles on the table for those of you who didn't see the first one. And then the Father of Cups. Emotional mastery. I see, this is the gift. I was telling you there was going to be a gift. The first part is the most significant. The second part is obviously necessary and valuable, but it's the first part that's the most significant. And that's what was sitting on top of this card. Scorpio energy. This is coming from deep. This is coming from the deep. And Scorpio energy also is like, I'm getting, it will hurt, but it will be worth it. It hurts, but it's worth it. And again, what is worth it? Getting your chakras in alignment, that inner child wounding healing, learning how to communicate with the divine through the way you live your life, instead of because you're holding your hands and bowing your head and kneeling in prayer. realizing your whole life is a prayer, your whole life is an offering. Your body is the temple, and so everywhere your body is that. And so if your body is here, well then, yeah, that's what it is. Let me see more with the what is emerging. What else do you have? Thank you. Right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. Interesting. Wow. They just said, yeah, you've been through a lot of stuff, but you haven't been, what you've been doing is you've been acting with right views and right actions repeatedly enough to where it's like you have a reputation. You're known for this. You're known for doing the right thing. You're known for coming at everything through love. Even if you have to go dark on somebody and use them shadow traits, you're known for coming with love. Okay, there's a gift in this. And it has to do with actions, taking the right actions. Give me one more to go with that. I'm hearing swimming through the void. I'm hearing you don't need nobody to tell you or guide you with your chakras in alignment, with your psychic abilities going ahead of you. So this is one of the things that's emerging is your as you're healed from these childhood traumas, as you healed from this subservience and being overly submissive, as you've healed from the idea that you are separate from the divine, then you see how to follow the guidance in every moment and every day throughout the day. It's like you can thank you. You have the ability because of your, this is what's emerging, mind you. So what's emerging is the ability to navigate. Like most humans use their GPS now. But with eyes closed, you can navigate through the dark because of the ability to perceive and follow spiritual guidance. Okay. Also, sidebar message. I see that you are of high value, and I do see an emerging of an unexpected experience that you absolutely love. And I can't help but say that for some of you, this is a person who appreciates, because they can, it's like they can see the differences in you because of all you've been through. And I'm getting that they they cry for you. They cried for you. They've cried for you. They will cry for you. Because they're showing me, yeah, it's not done yet. It's still emerging. I'm like, okay. They're like, but we always make you feel it. You always feel all the messages as though it's already been done. So that's why you speak past tense a lot. But in this case, we're reminding you that this is still emerging. So there's somebody here who's going to really respect all your pain, they're going to respect it all, and they're going to respect you for having moved through it the way you did. And then they just cut me off and said, yeah, that's because this person these people have known a lot of people that went through a lot of stuff, some of it very similar to what you've gone through, but they didn't weather it so well. I'm hearing they didn't weather it so well. They let it drag them down. They're showing me how if you get caught up in the current, that the current, they're showing me bodies of water, especially in a river, that if you get caught up in a certain part of the current, it will drag you under. And that's what people allowed their life circumstances to do, was to drag them under, where you didn't allow that to happen. I heard you learned to walk on water instead of get dragged under. Okay. And that's what they're saying. Yeah, you learned to walk on water instead of get dragged under. Thank you for your super chat donation, Tina. You learn to walk on water instead of get dragged under by the current being by what was happening at the time, by the common feeling that was out there. So instead of getting dragged under by what was happening in your life at the time, or by the way everybody else's responses were, you learned how to walk on water. And the walk on water is coming through as overcome those emotions. You learn how to sustain and overcome, although there were many emotions, okay? Yeah. And this is one of the things that you're receiving some admiration for, and also that you are receiving attention for. So give me just a moment. They want you to hear this. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magicam. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magicam. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magicam. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Yeah. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Yeah. Everything is always working out for me. Yeah, they're saying you became somebody who could stay in tune with the magic. You could call the magic out. Yeah, you could call the magic out. Okay. So, in our fourth position, what's visible now? Well, first off, I just want to say, like, this is where our little sun tarot card emblem landed. And we talked about you could see everything now. We talked about how there's joy, there's happiness, the return of the light. Okay, and now I'm hearing that song. The light is coming to bring back everything the darkness stole. So it's like, what's visible now is you could already see the restoration in you. You can see the restoration in your, it's like your return to joy. I see somebody who got out of a situation that was very disrespectful, abusive, something like that, oppressive, right? And it's like, you can finally breathe. It's like, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Okay, you can see clearly. Okay, so what's visible now? Let's see what cards come out here. Gnosis. Ooh. Gnosis is here. This is a lot of divine wisdom, mystic. So what's already visible is that you understand the deeper inner workings of the way energy works. The way energy works, okay? This is the way energy works. You have wisdom of mystic type. And the angel tears stone landed on this card. And so this is letting me know, like, because of it's, again, that whatever you went through, this pain, this challenge, this struggle, this oppression, was about activating. It was a catalyst. A catalyst is a secondary, it's like you bring, okay, so let me say it this way. This is the best way I can say it to you. A catalyst makes a process happen faster. In my nail business, I use nail glue. I have this spray that's a catalyst. If I just put nail glue and I let it dry by itself, it takes several minutes for it to dry. If I use the nail glue and spray the catalyst, that shit will dry instantly. Absolutely instantly, right? And so, yeah, there's a catalyst. And it has to do with this understand. You're understanding things that's already changed your life already. Already changed your life. You're not done yet. There's more. Okay, coming out with that, we have the Son of Pentacles. This is what's visible now. There still could be some dark experiences, unpleasant experiences, things that aren't all the way, but you can see the light. You can see the light. I'm seeing the angle, and I'm seeing the light, and I'm seeing a V for victory, and I'm seeing that you're growing wisdom. The antlers are not fully grown, but they're growing. They're getting bigger. Okay, Son of Pentacles. One of the things is, and in this journey, you've learned something from everything you kept, and you've learned something from everything you've let go. Okay? You've seen something from everything you kept and something from everything you've let go. All of the above. And it's like, I'm seeing gears coming together. I'm seeing puzzle pieces clicking into place in you. How these experiences. So I see while you were in the healing phases of this, whatever this oppressive situation was, abusive, disrespectful situation was, that different weird little, what do they call it? I want to say psychic phenomena, paranormal experiences. You had some paranormal experiences. And they talked about stuff disappearing and reappearing. By the way, some of you were on the live when one of the cards, I was like, I think I lost the card, but I can't see it nowhere. I literally couldn't see it anywhere. Well, on that side, I found it. I counted them. Yes, I was missing a card. I don't know how it managed to get all the way up under this shelf that's sitting at that end of the table. It doesn't make any sense, but I got it back. But for a couple days, the card was missing. Okay. And in that reading and in this reading, they're talking about paranormal activity. It could, for some of you, literally hearing or seeing ghosts or seeing spirits. But I'm getting a lot of disappearing acts and appearance acts of stuff. It's like, wow, where'd that go? Oh, wow, it's back. Where was it? This doesn't make any sense. It's like that. It's a vibe. What's visible now, I'm hearing, is what you walked away from, why you walked away from it, and the value in what you walked away from, and also the value and the why you kept what you kept. You kept certain things. Okay. And this is influencing the root chakra energy. The root chakra energy is in there, which is letting me know that you're getting more stability right now. And what another thing about this is that this piece is very triangle. So it's giving me body, mind, and soul alignment. Is also giving Holy Trinity energy as well. And then the other little piece that I kept going off about on the first attempt at getting this message out is also a triangle. But this extra little piece, okay, thank you. This extra little piece is what makes the whole from the big part of the gift. I really emphasized this in the first, and now they're having me do it again. So yeah, you got all these psychic abilities and stuff like that, right? And what I see this being visible, that you're finally, it's clicking together, like the gears coming together, like the pieces of the puzzle falling into place, is how everything that you let go of and everything that you held on to, some of them pleasant, some of them unpleasant, very necessary and to create the wholeness inside of you. Let me see what feels caring. I hear, and why it's okay that you care and why it's okay that you have been caring. Okay. It's like you held on to a lot of stuff that was really hurtful, that maybe you should have let it go earlier, but you held on to it or them because you care. And I'm hearing that's not being counted against you. That's in your favor. That's in your favor. You're very caring. And that's one of the reasons why you needed so much childhood wounding healing. That's why you carry so much wounds. But you carried it because you truly cared. Yeah. Look at how the words go together. Cared, carried. There's a little wordplay going on there. Yeah, you carried it with you because you actually cared. You've had to learn how to care in another way now. I heard that clearly. You had to learn how to care in another way now. Understanding that sometimes it is very caring that you do let something go or someone go. Sometimes that's very necessary. They want me to say it again. Scorpio energy is on the table. I have all the zodiac signs in the baubles, but the one that came out is Scorpio. So related to a person who's, is Scorpio in their chart. Also, that I'm hearing related to Scorpio season, which we just came out of Scorpio season not terrible long ago. And then the other thing I'm getting, the first most relevant for more of you, meaning of that Scorpio, was about the digging deep. See, one of the Scorpio traits is they dig deep into the hidden realms, into the darkness, into the depths, right? And so in the depths, as you did dive deep into the depths of your soul, into the depths of your heart, into the depths of your memories, into the depths of your experience, into the depths of what you were holding on to and why. That's where this mystic ability, this mystic awareness comes from, this life-changing knowing that helps you realize about what you're carrying and what you're caring for. So what you scoop out in this, what do we have? Well, first off, I want to remind you that this is where we had the little chick and the little bunny and this ring. This ring was a gift from a wise friend of mine. She's an elderly woman, could easily be aged to be my grandmother or my mother, but it was given as a gift to me when she moved away. So again, I did receive that you are going to have another gift. Okay. What you scoop out in this is, we have the flame. I heard a flame that will never be put out. A flame that will never be put out. And then I'm getting the Bangle song, Eternal Flame. Is this burning an eternal flame? Let me see. They want me to look up those lyrics to Eternal Flame. There's something in that song about that. Close your eyes. Give me your hand, darling. Do you feel my heart beating? Do you understand? Do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming? Is this burning an eternal? Okay, I just got some. I'm so glad I listened. Yeah, I'm so glad I listened, because what I'm getting is, so some of you on this experience, you have been on the twin flame journey. Now you have coherence in you. Now you are a whole flame on your own. This is what you scoop out. A Hierophant, spiritual authority. I got the key, the key, the key. You got the key to the kingdom. You have an heirloom. You get to make the brand new baby energy, fertility, okay, throat chakra. And as you speak it out, so it comes about, there's this coherence in you. There's this alignment in you that causes you to easily speak things out. And then, what do you know? People just want to hand it to you. They want to give it to you. It's like you, as you call things out. So you have this passion in you. It's connected to your purpose, because the energy you're coming up with, again, they said you always come with love. You always come with kindness. You always come with caring. You always did things with caring. Okay, but now that you're more, I'm here, now that you're more discriminate about how you offer, more specific, you make sure that where you give that time, that energy, that focus is in alignment with you and the purpose, not just to be doing it for any old body, because everybody will take you, and they will take you and take you and take everything you got until you ain't got nothing left, okay? Nothing left, okay? Freedom of belief and religion came out. Yeah, this is about spiritual authority. Other people can't vibe. If they don't vibe, then they should just, like, they should leave, but they don't, because they're feeding off of it. Somehow they're getting something, otherwise they wouldn't be here, right? It's just like all these people that get up here, you know, on the comments, and they want to say stuff against whatever's happening here on the channel, when they could just watch a different channel. I mean, it's so easy, right? Yeah. But it's like, you don't entertain it. You might not even give no warnings when you safeguard your purpose. So you're doing things in harmony with your purpose. The Hierophant is a spiritually ordained position, okay? It's a spiritually ordained position. You can't walk up and say, hey, I want to be the Hierophant. That's not how it works. No, there's procedures, there's wisdom, there's application of the wisdom and the procedures that's got to be proven through time. Okay, and then it's got to go through spiritual approval. It's got to be approved on the spiritual level for somebody to have this type of authority. There's a spiritual title involved in this. As you've gone through this journey, what's happened is you become whole in yourself. You're not out here running around looking for somebody to make you whole. You're not out here running around looking for another half. You're not out here running around, just giving up your principles and just full willy-nilly out here because somebody don't like what you had to say. What? Not letting anything slip by. You know how to come with caring, but you also know how to bring your authority to the table as well. As you bossed up in this physical realm, Spirit was like, oh, that's the one right there. They always come in with love, but they ain't nobody punk. They always come in with love, but there's nobody's punk is in this room. They're saying, and nobody's just, they're not just backing down, bending over and taking it up the rear end because somebody else want to give it to them that way. No, they're not doing that. They're standing in the threat. Okay, that's the one right there. Because if they can boss their energy, if they can be coherent in their energy with all that stuff going on around them, they got the rights. They got the rights. Okay, and again, you had to figure this out when you came through all these different difficulties, different experiences that hurt so much, right? That were so difficult. And I'm getting, nobody was really, so many times it's like you felt so alone so many times. You felt so alone so many times, but you stayed on point. You stayed focused. You stay focused on being the best you could be every day. And you knew you were a good person. You knew you were a kind person. You knew you were a person of love. You kept your inner eternal child alive. You kept your eternal child alive instead of letting it be killed out, snuffed out, stamped out by whoever tried to think that they were going to one-up you, boss you, control you, manipulate you, keep their foot on your neck or whatever the fuck they thought that they were going to do to you. They really thought they was going to get away with some stuff. But, you're not letting nothing slipping by. You kept living. I'm hearing a life, even if you didn't know what principles and values were. You kept living a principle life filled with values. If you didn't even know what morals were, because I'm getting this goes way back. Even if you didn't know what morals were, you figured it out and you lived according to some sort of morals. Yeah. And so Spirit now, like the level of intuitive awareness, active intuitive awareness, and the only thing they're giving me that I can relate closest to it is your freaking Siri or your GPS on your phone, because it will give you, door-to-door directions. It will tell you what turn. It will show you the speed limits. It will tell you to make a U-turn here. You're going the wrong way, or continue forward for this many more miles, like that. Well, that's the way Spirit communication is with you now. You have the ability. The Hierophant is a direct connection to God, the direct connection to Source. Yeah, I see you establishing new traditions. You're creating some new traditions in behaviors and in speech patterns. And I see the gifts are, you're receiving the gifts, honey. You're receiving the gifts. It's like everything is coherent with what you're putting out there. Whether it is an idea, a conversation, whether it is a behavior, a feeling, you have so much coherence in you. The universe must respond to that. Yeah. And I also see, because the freedom of belief in religion, it's like people tried to make you think that you were wrong. That, it was full. It was full. What you believe, you're a fool. Like, how could you leave the church? We're all Catholic. We're all Christian. What do you mean? You don't participate in that no more. What you mean? You talk to God. You're not supposed to talk to God like that. You're supposed to go to church. You want to hear God's word. You're supposed to read your Bible. You want to hear God. So I see, like I said, you it's already visible that you have this spiritual energy, because the Gnosis card came out. And they told me you were a mystic, right? They told me that you have spiritual ability, spiritual awareness, and all of this stuff, right? And it's like, some of you was the battle that, I just got it. Somebody daddy is a preacher. You're a preacher's kid. You're a whole PK up in this. Yeah. Some of you are a preacher's kid. They just showed me that. Yeah, if that's you, put it in the comment. You were the preacher's kid. And so when you left traditional religion, oh, they didn't like that. That didn't go over well at all. Others of you, it's not that you were a preacher's kid, but you still left the traditional mainstream religion, and that still did not go over real well. A lot of you also, though, it was because everybody was not a preacher's kid. Everybody was not brought up in the church. They're also still showing me where a lot of the pain and suffering that was part of the catalyst for your leveling up your soul's evolution. It as part of that catalyst, it took you more into spiritual things. It took you more into the healing arts. It took you more into esoterics and mysticism. It's like you were trying to understand how to become invincible. I heard, and the more you focus on something, the more where your focus goes, energy flows, and that's what grows. So the more you stay trying to focus on, how can I become invincible and impervious to all this bullshit that I came from? Oh, yeah, your focus kept going there. It kept going there, repeatedly going there, and then that just keep growing. So the resolution, how is it affecting you? We have the queen. Oh, wow, look at that. The queen. You've been a queen in training the whole time. Now, male or female, this is somebody who is receptive, somebody who is empowered, somebody who is adorned, okay, in beauty. Hold on. In beauty, okay? Queen energy. With the 10 of Cups, hello? How's it affect you? What's the resolution? You get to have a happy life with respect and a position of authority, okay? A receptive mode. You in a receptive mode. Queen is receptive energy, creative, abundant. And it's 10, 11. 10, 11. The 10 of Cups and the Queen in this deck is number 11. 11 in the tarot system is justice. So there is also justice energy here because Spirit always speaks to me this way. And so there's this experience here where it's like, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune energy with this 10, okay, the ending in the new beginning, the ending, the new beginning, justice, things getting set upright. Give me another card to go with this. Let me see what goes with this. This one. Yeah. Keep following your intuition. Next step, accomplishment. Love and life. Hello. Hey. Hi. Yeah. Keep following your intuition. Next step, accomplishment. Love and life. This one fell on my lap. What are you here for? So Spirit is trying to put that question back into your lap. Like, what are you here for? Are you here to live in misery? Are you here to dread life? Are you here to replay, the inappropriate things that you went through over and over and over and over again? Are you here to be caring? Are you here to listen to, didn't I tell you with this King of Cups that you were going to be able to follow your intuition just like somebody follows their GPS? Look at my water ended up on my shirt. Love it. Love it. Water and spirit right in my shirt. Okay. Listen, you're going to be able, it's visible on you. It's going to be so visible on you that you're psychic, you're intuitive, you're empath, you're an earth angel. You're a really nice person. I don't know what it is about you. It's just something about you. I'm so drawn to you. I just want to talk to you. How you doing? Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to... That type of stuff, right? What are you here for? Are you here for this happiness and joy with others? I think so. Are you here for love in your life? I think so. Absolutely. To catch his respect, to catch his good time. Look, at the bottom of the deck. Can't trust shit you say. Is at the bottom of the deck. Can't trust shit you say. So this is totally giving me the energy of a spiritually awakened being. You are an eternal flame with the Bangles song up here. It says, say my name, sun shines through the rain. A whole life so lonely, and then come and ease the pain. I don't want to lose this feeling. Wow. Again, so many felt so alone for so much of their life. Yeah. There's no more alone in this. And there's respect in this. And there's appreciation in this. And it's because you learn to take whatever difficulties, tragedies, traumas were handed to you in this life, which you don't remember what happened before you came into this physical body. But before you came into this physical body, you were like, I can do this. Painting. You were like, I got this. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to evolve human consciousness. I'm going to get it. And yeah, I'm going to come into this subservient place under other people's authority, under other people's control. And then I'm going to master that. And I'm going to become the boss. And I'm going to be the HBIC. And I'm going to take control and authority in my own life. And I won't let anything slip by. You now know how to do it. And you understand now it's essential in order to protect the eternal child, to protect that magical part of you, that timeless part of you, to protect the innocence within, to protect the joy. That is something worth protecting. To understand that is something worth protecting, and it is appropriate. And I hear, it's not fair, but it's okay. Okay? What? It's not fair, but it's okay. You made it better. You made it better. I got my runes out. I remembered that I said we might pull some runes. Yeah, we're pulling some runes. All right, so you dealt with a lot of hate. Yeah, you dealt with a lot of hate. Somebody here, you married to a hater. Because I got the yabo over there with the haters. It literally landed on the haters gonna hate. Mm-hmm. Did you marry a hater? Did you marry a hater? Somebody that, that reminds me when I was married years and years ago. This was a whole nother lifetime ago. And the person I was married to, I mean, I couldn't even wear lotion. They had a scent to it. Everything had to be unscented. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so annoying. I love perfume. That should have told me then and there that relationship was not right for me. Perfume and cologne, I really love my colognes. You know, I love smelling good. I love my lady to smell really beautiful. And I love to smell super handsome. And I do. All the time. Every day. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I should have known when that person was like, you can't wear none of that. I could taste it. Ew. And I should have known then and there. But I didn't. I had to have the experience with somebody who kept their thumb on me. With somebody to try to make me feel small. Somebody to try to control me. Why did I have to have experience? So I could take my authority back. You know, that relationship was over when I realized that the person wasn't going to support me when I went through something. When my mother was dying, this person would not support me. And it was stupid. All I needed was to get all the family to visit from overseas to the restaurant. But no, they can't ride in the Impala because they're going to touch all the chrome. Get the fuck out of here. My mother's about to die and you going to tell me my family from overseas can't ride in the car? I said, fine, don't help me. I'll rent a van. I don't need your help. And don't come to the restaurant neither. Just stay. Well, the person I ended up divorcing, oh yeah, they helped. But I'm telling you, I had to learn how to stand. That was when I really started standing up to that person. And that was when the days of that relationship was numbered because, yeah, no, I don't have to put up with this shit. I had to find my own authority. So, yeah, I should have known when the whole smells was an issue, but I had to have all those experiences so I could stand in my authority. Now, how has that happened with you? How has that happened with you where you had to go through some shit, get put in a position that you could not escape? Except by using your authority. Except by standing, 10 toes down, standing on business, standing up for yourself. Standing up for yourself. Like, fine, don't fucking help me. I'll do it my damn self. Don't let us ride in the fucking Impala. I'll go rent a whole fucking van so I can take everybody at once and we won't touch your car and you don't come to the restaurant either. But I never used to talk to my ex-spouse that way. Never did, right? did whatever my ex-spouse wanted until I got put in a position where there was no way out of my own power. Standing up for myself on my own 2 feet. So anywhere where that happened, marriage with the hater. And you know what? That's right there on top of where our little Phoenix guitar pick was. And I told you, the Phoenix guitar pick was a gift. So, we ain't even mad at the ex. We're not even mad at these people that tried to control, because thank you. You put me in a position so I could realize that I was the Phoenix. And saying, you know what? I came back wiser and stronger. I may have burnt down to ashes, but baby, I flew up out of them ashes like you ain't never seen before. Is the energy. Okay? Yeah. And that was a gift. So thank you for, in other words, thank you for being the asshole to show me that I had wings and I could fly. Okay? In other words, thank you for being the pressure that turned me into a diamond. Thank you. Okay? It's like, thank you is the energy. All right. Let's see what else we had from the runes. Well, I see you trust in what you know. We have my notes here, and it's showing me that you have trust. You learn to trust yourself. You have learned to trust yourself. Also, you have learned that your spiritual, this is sitting right on the Gnosis card. You have learned that your spiritual connection, abilities, insight, and wisdom is part of your wealth and your abundance. Everybody is not connected like this. Everybody doesn't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, and those are the ones that should just click off, or I don't know, put it on repeat a few times. Either way. So there's that. So you understand these things about yourself. And what's interesting here is it's been a lot of ones who literally have tried to connect with you. There's somebody there. There's that Yibo one. It's like there's somebody there that was the catalyst is coming up. The perfect pain in the rear. The perfect tyrant. The perfect oppressor. The perfect control freak. The perfect control freak. To get you to tap into your magic. To not be the support for you at that moment where you had to be an ice cold piece of dirt to not want to help give a ride to my grandmother, my aunt from Korea, and my other aunt from Germany. They flew halfway around the fucking world to come see my mama. They was going to pay to take everybody out to dinner at a Korean restaurant. And they came right in the car if you lost your mother-loving... Oh, my God. Yeah. Whatever it took to get you to that point. Right? You became uncontrollable. You became invincible. You became like that internal child went through this whole Phoenix moment. It was like, I got the power. And you took that shit back. You took that shit back. You reclaimed it, but on another level, because having burnt down to the ashes, it transformed you. It's like, every time the Phoenix burned, it come back larger, more powerful, more capable, more able. And that's what happened with you. Yeah. Spirit says, from these experiences, you have much spiritual wealth. I haven't used the runes live on the channel in a while. And most of you weren't here back then. So just to reiterate, in my bag of runes, I have 3 sets of runes. One is my custom handmade runes that I made myself with nail acrylic when I first needed runes. Then there's my goldstone runes and there's my quartz crystal runes. The goldstone runes always speak about the other side of the table, somebody else, it's not you. The yellow handmade glow-in-the-dark acrylic runes that I made for myself talks about you. The quartz crystal runes, this is God. This is what God says. God said, this is why you're wealthy. This is why you're wealthy. This is why you're abundant. This is why you're prospering. This is why your energy is so pure and so gorgeous. Because through all of that, everything you held on to and everything you didn't hold on to was because of caring. You care. Even if you hold on to it a little bit too longer than you should, that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, the quartz crystals are runes of the divine. It's God, it's the universe, it's source, it's whatever of these vernaculars you want to speak. We have Tursas here, protection. They're saying, yeah, you were protected. I told you, I think it was on the first one that I said it, the first time I tried to read this message, that you allowed yourself to go through all these, I said it again this time. They just showed me, yeah. Fighting, I can do this. I'm finna go in there. I'm finna elevate consciousness through this shit-ass situations, but I got this. I'm gonna remember all that I am. I'm gonna restore myself. I'm going to remember me. I'm going to put me back together. I'm going to be all in my power and my authority and watch all this magicalness. And meanwhile, I will preserve my eternal child. And God is here saying, yes, you are blessed, safe, and protected on all time, space, and dimensions. Yes, you are always protected. Yes, you are always protected. Now, something that's unfolding as we're moving further to the right. You have somebody coming in here with the Sawillow rune. And the Sawillow rune is talking to me about this person. There's somebody who is acknowledging your spiritual prowess. Somebody who is acknowledging your empowerment. There's somebody here who is loving on it in you. Yeah. And one of the reasons this person is coming to you because you're a healer. And this person, it's like, I heard you made this person believe that anything could happen because they never thought that a person like you was really real on this planet. They have only ever met very dark people in their life. They didn't know that there really were people who really ain't out to get nobody, who will walk away from shit and let the universe take care of it. They didn't know that there was people out here who would come correct. They really just assume whoever this person is that is inspired by you. They're inspired by you. And they will learn from you. Like, because when you get to know them, first off, they're going to be like, I know you fake as fuck. Because you know what? I know you probably doing this and that. And I just see them like bantering with you, right? And they don't mean it, but they do mean it. And you could tell. But it's like as they get to know you, they come to find out that you're absolutely what you present yourself to be. And that gives the person pause. It gives them something to ponder. Because at the same time, they're learning about you and the fact that you didn't always have it easy. It's not like you were just born with this. You had to come into it. You came through hell a few times. But you had to come through it. So you will heal in this person just the idea that it's possible. That it's possible to, like my mother said, my little 5 foot tall, little tiny Korean, cute little, my mother, the most beautiful thing in the world. That's why I know I'm pretty, because I have her face and my dad's color and I love it. But my beautiful mother, she used to tell me all the time since I was a child, just because you're born in the shit don't mean you have to sit in it. You can get up, cleaning yourself off and move on. And mama, that's what I did. That's what I did. And that's what you did. This person hasn't really met anybody that has done that before. Everybody that they know was born in the shit and they stayed in the shit. And this person has tried to get out of the shit so many different ways, but they haven't really, it's like the engine is going, but it's not turning over. The engine is cranking, but it's not turning all the way over. It's not starting. Something was missing. And I see that one of the biggest things that was missing in this person's life was a reality that it's possible. It's possible for somebody to come from the shit and clean up, and move on. It is possible. They had to see it in reality in order to be able to perceive it for themselves. And that's what you help heal in this person. That it is possible. It is a reality. You don't have to say the same fool you were the day you were born with your full ass. I heard, with your full ass. They talking jokes. They laughing. They making fun of me now. What you're going to find is that, oh my gosh, there's so much abundance, so much available for you. It's like this sparks something. This sparks something for you. This is the Ingus rune. And it's speaking about abundance, prospering, growth. So there's something that happens for you as you influence this one or these ones. For some of you, it's several. That's it. There it is. There's two of them. There's two of them. There's at least two of them. Wow. Okay. One is Chinese zodiac sign, the dog. The other one is Chinese zodiac sign, the rabbit. I just heard that. Okay. Interesting. So there's definitely two specific people that's going to turn into for you like this awareness. All like, oh shit, she was talking about spiritual authority and a spiritual title. I see that I actually do have that now. Because I'm hearing you didn't want to be presumptuous. You don't want to be presumptuous and be like, oh yeah, I'm divinely ordained by spirit, blah, blah, blah. And it's not like you run around and doing that. As a matter of fact, if you really are the Hierophant, you're not running around saying, you won't listen to me, son. Like, that's not what you're doing. You're not pulling folks by the ear being like, you really want to listen to what I got to say. It's not like that. And come here, son. Let me sit you down and teach you some things. I'm going to school you today. You don't do that, right? You might offer some words, and if they accept it, great. If they don't, oh well. Like, I heard you don't even try to be haughty about it. You don't try to, you're not like the Pope running around, with the special robe and a special hat and all that shit. You could, but why? There's no sense in it. As a matter of fact, you do everything you can to just blend in with the rest of the world. Like, you just look like another Joe Schmo, another regular old Susie, Sally, whatever. That's it. You just look like a normal person. You live your life like a normal person. You use normal people words. You eat normal people food. You drive a normal people car. You live a normal people lifestyle. It just so happens that if they can see you with spiritual eyes, they will notice, baby, you're like the general with all the stars. I don't know how the military goes, but you get it. You're not walking around here. I mean, you'd still stick out like a sore thumb. You can't help it. You were designed to be that way, but you ain't running around here popping your collar. Like, y'all need to be obedient to me because I'm the Hierophant. Wrong answer. As a matter of fact, if you ever see anybody act like that, whoa, that's a lot to say, but I'm going to say it. Because some of y'all going to know what I'm talking about. If you see them running around acting like that, then you know they're not it. You know they're not it. Because truly being in alignment with that love, it means that you align with all the people. You can see the divine in all the people, no matter what walk of life they're living. So all the ones who are too uppity, too in their position and unreachable, you can't communicate with them. You can't shake their hand. You can't have a conversation with them. You can't dance, sing, smoke, talk, laugh, joke in front of them. Because, that would be so wrong. Oh, yeah, no. That's not it. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Jesus just came through and he was like, yeah, just like you didn't see me in the temples with the Pharisees and all the teachers and shit like that. You didn't really see me there, but a couple times they documented, that was it. He said, the rest of the time, where was I? He said, I was in the street with the people. I was in the street with the people. Yeah. He was with the fishermen. The fishermen of his day were like the gangsters of today. I'm going to tell you the facts. Listen. What kind of tell me if you can see the gangster in this. The same one that lied and said he didn't know because he said, I'm not going to jail. with the same one that when they try to come and take his buddy right up out of the garden, he was like, I cut you. And he did. He cut that man's ear. Oh, by the way, but I'm not going to jail. I will lie through my teeth and I'm not going to jail. That's gangster. Okay, I'm just saying. He was not in the temples, but only documented a couple times in his whole life. And one of the time he went in that temple, what he did? He tore that mug down. Like, he went in there and flipped the tables and told them about their self. Like, what are you doing in here taking all the people's money? Like, this all you here for? To take the people's money? You ain't supposed to be in here selling and all this stuff that you doing. Jesus got mad and he flipped over all their shit. So he was busy in the streets with the undesirables, with sick ones, with the ones that, the high and mighty ones that wear their fancy robes in their fancy building. They wasn't going to hang out with him. They won't go let him get near him. Okay? So that's the energy. You're not over here putting on pretenses, trying to be high and mighty and holier than thou up in these streets with your spiritual authority. You don't have to do all that. You don't have to do any of that. Okay. Wow. Let me see what else we have. Well, we have here we go. There's this person, they're going to come. So I see that this person, these people, they're coming out with the Rado rune now. And so what I'm seeing is not only are they going to come into your life and you're going to help heal it. Wow, there's awesome people like this. Real. They're really real. People who are spiritual. They're down to earth. They don't think that they're better than me, but they actually can speak things out. They can speak to my soul. And, you know, they're so giving. They're so kind. They're so authentic. They're so pure. You know, they got all kinds of stuff to talk about. But at the same time, they're just so cool. And so what's going to happen is they realize, like, it's okay. You could be a normal everyday person, but you could still have your spiritual standing, awareness, your empowerment, and still be down to earth. And then what's going to happen is once that's done, they're going to move on with their life. And they're going to carry that out with them. Yeah. They're going to carry that forward with them. They're going to take that understanding, that awareness. It's going to keep growing in them. And you know what they're going to do? I'm hearing they're going to talk about you. They're going to talk about you to other people. Just like you guys get on this channel and you recommend different ones to start watching the channel. I've heard that so many times. Because something here is resonating with your soul. It's helpful and you can tell. And so that's the same way they're going to do with what you're bringing to the table, right? They're going to take it and they're going to each one teach one type of vibe. They're going to go out there and do it. Live it. Experience it. Share it with somebody else. And it's a movement that's unstoppable. It's an awareness that must grow. It's a consciousness that must have impact. Period. It's unstoppable. You're invincible. You're unfuckwithable. And so, yeah, that energy is going to continue to grow. What are you here for? You're here to keep following your intuition to the next step, which is accomplishment, which is you and everybody. It grows, it expands. This love energy, it flows between me and you, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we just keep recycling and redoing the same old thing every old day, every old where, regardless of who we're dealing with, whether they roughnecks, business peoples, you know, intellectuals or dum-dums. Dum-dum gum-gum? Yes. Okay, yes. I heard yes, whatever that means. Why are you talking? National, was it? Night at the Museum. Thank you. From the movie Night at the Museum, there's something about the Night at the Museum. Somebody just watch that movie. But this is about being in Queen authority. Now, again, this is because you maintained that nectar, that healing essence within, of the elixir, the medicine of the eternal child. Because remember, the eternal child, in order for it to be safe and protected and to play free, it had to be protected. Somebody had to provide. If there's a child, there has to be a provider to keep your eternal child and your eternal flame that you turn into, alive and glowing and all of that, boom. You have to protect it. You have to provide for it. You have to realize that you can't let nothing slip by. Not letting anything slip by. We're not just giving free passes to anything or anyone anymore. I heard what you said. I saw what you did. Get the fuck out. Yeah. So I want to see a little bit more. We've read through all of the runes on the table. We've read through all of the baubles on the table and all the cards on the table, but I don't feel like we're finished yet. So I'm asking for, okay, this one. They want me to use, I'm asking for another tarot deck, and they showed me which deck. So let me grab it off this stack of decks up here. All right. The Parrot Tarot deck. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you. Yeah, they're reminding me that one of the clients that I was busy with today, I didn't know that she had a big ass parrot that talks, but she does. And she was showing me the video of the bird today. So there's something in that, the parrot energy for sure. Also, we have alpha and omega messages. Also, we're going to give you a yes or no answer. But before we even do that, I want to just tap in. They're showing me to do a, they're showing me to do a Celtic spread. So let me shuffle these up, okay? Let me shuffle these up and see what we have. So let me see. I see a Susan in the comments. I saw a Cat in the comments. Evelia, Anthony, Stephen, welcome. So thankful for your beautiful presence. I clearly have both hands full right now, so I can't scroll through the comments. Thank you all for the growth on our channel. Some of you want to work with me one-on-one. I will love the honor and the pleasure to read with you personally about whatever is on your heart. I'll read about any subject, and, you know, Spirit speaks. So I hear and deliver those messages. Either way, I love that you guys are coming back, watching all the new videos, going back through the channel and watching the old videos, putting all your comments in, letting me know you've been here. So thankful and grateful for your love donations. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's see some more. Show me the tribe's energy in this. Let me see you. Mentor Adis, you're the teacher. You teach people about physical reality and life. You teach people about finances. You teach people about how, look, it's crossing the bridge. It's crossing the bridge. How to get from here to there. You teaching how to get from here to there. That's a big deal. Let me see what else. What's the opportunity? The Fool. To take a leap of faith. You ready for a whole new journey? You're ready for new stuff. This is a level up. Okay, this is also, taking a risk. They're saying taking a risk, packing lightly. Okay, there's somebody here who don't know that they're about to meet a message in you. There's somebody here that don't know that you about to teach them. See, okay, so this Fool card right now is looking like they're the one that's standing over here in front of a cliff. You're going to teach them how to come over here and get across from one side to the other. Interesting. And why they just didn't think of it. I'm hearing, why didn't they think of it? Because they just didn't think of it. You were here to just show something that was in front of them, but they just couldn't see it. They have no idea. They have no idea what they're going to meet in you. I'm hearing, I'm hearing more than meets the eye. What's below? The star. This is destiny. This is fate. This is divinely ordained. This is receiving what is needed. You're here to be exactly what is needed at this time, in an energy of purity, in an energy of healedness. Okay, and Star also talks to me very much of healing, but this is also that, remember I told you, I don't know what it is. It's just something about you. I'm just so drawn about you. I just want to talk to you. Can we talk? Is that energy. Like, you draw people in because you got the star shine. You got the star power. You're doing, this is somebody you've been wondering what you're supposed to do. What am I here for? Well, apparently you're here just to shine this healed energy and be that, and whatever that brings. Okay. Behind, we have the 7 of this. Again, what you held on to and what you let go of. You had to recognize what was not working and what you should invest in. Yeah, there was a failure. And it was also investing in a harvest. And yeah, in the past, somebody, this person, they just always felt like this person that you're about to meet, who has no clue what they're in for with you, they have felt like no matter what they do, shit don't work. The good time is always somewhere over there in the future, but it's never here. This person is coming from a lot of, they got the head down, you know, they've been tugging and feeling like they're getting nowhere. Above you, what do you have? The swiftness. You know exactly what to say to cut through the confusion immediately. Bring things to the circle. And then that just landed right. I put the card down on the table, and it's right next to the rainbow, the symbol of the rainbow. So there's rainbow energy here. Okay, yeah. Yay, rainbow energy on the play once again. Let's see what's coming ahead. Listen, whatever you say to this person, happiness, fulfillment of wishes, 9 of Cups energy, emotional independence. I just saw somebody broke free of binds. They were bound to, I see somebody, oh wow. Somebody was bound to a commitment they made to a father who passed. They swore and vowed to their father that they would do, fill in the blank. I don't know what it is. They didn't tell me that part. And they've been so hard on themselves. And after meeting you, whatever you say causes freedom. Yes. Because I just got to be free. Yes, absolutely. It's the energy. You show somebody that, no, you don't have to do that. It's like they kept making life extra hard. Even the person that they were, when they asked you that vow, when you made that vow, that promise to them that you were going to do something even after they died, like, first off, the person that would even ask that was their humanity. That was a human brain. It wasn't until they died that all that human brain activity, all those humanity ideas and feelings and wishes and desires, that shit falls off as soon as they die. They return to spirit. They become all the spirit is. And there's nothing from the 3D realm but spirit can return to the spirit realm. What's from the 3D realm must stay on the 3D realm. And that includes these people asking you to do shit. Vow, you have to promise me that you'll always take care of your sister. Fuck. Now following through, they did. And here you are, you trying to take care of your sister. And it's causing hell in your life because sister don't want you to take care of them. Sister is a walking hell. She's a fucking Tasmanian devil. She comes through and tears shit up. Well, you just freed somebody from it. I heard one of the things that you say that frees them from it is that understanding that what's on the 3D realm it does not go above to the spirit realm. Spirit stays in spirit realm, physical stays on the 3D. Including the wishes and the desires. Let me see. Show me more of the king of this. Baby, you the boss. You got the master of the material realm. You're a master of the material realm. Material master. Which means you have the finances, you have the time, you have the resources, you have the vehicles, you have the homes, you have the monies, you got the things. This is all having the things. You have the things. It's real. It's in your hand and you can do what you want with it. The angel wings are standing out real bad. Didn't I tell you could fly? I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Peter Pan, okay, coming through. Oh, yeah, and the eternal child. Look at that. It's Peter Pan. I'm just going to start calling you Pan. Peter Pan with the whole eternal child and the lost boys. Oh, my gosh. And if you've seen any of the cartoons or movies that they made, they're a hot mess. To an adult, they look like a hot mess. So you might look like a hot mess to some adults. At the end of the day, though, you have all that you want. You have all that you need. You have your life in order. And you have stability, integrity, honesty, loyalty. That's why Spirit decided to bestow the title upon you. Because you actually earned that. Let me see what else. What's around, like I said, you're going to cause change. Somebody is going to switch up their mode of operation after meeting you, after this conversation. You're going to say something that it hits their heartstrings and it resonates with the truth in their soul. And it's like, it's so fun to see this person. It's like you can sense the shift in their consciousness. You can feel their energy shift when it all click. I told you earlier, I see the gears coming together. I see the puzzle pieces clicking into place. You can see it when it happens. It's like when I'm reading for people, especially in their physical, because most of the readings I do is like creating YouTube videos for folks and on the phone and stuff like that. But when I get the chance to read for somebody and we're in physical presence and they have that, oh shit, I done read something out the cards and boom, all the pieces click together. All the puzzle pieces fit in the right spot. Oh my God. And then you could feel their energy shift. You could feel their energy shift. That's what's happening here. You can feel the shift in energy that people are having in response to whatever it is you have got to say. Because what you're saying is coming from wisdom. It's appropriate. It's accurate. Okay, and I'm hearing as above, so below. As above, so below. They're repeating it again. As above, so below. Infinite, infinite. Okay. Outcome energy. Completion, 4 of Wands. You are already on the journey. And this is a peace dove. They're saying it's a peace dove. Going through a portal. You're a peace dove flying through a portal. King of Swords, confirming. This is about what you say. This is about what you say. Air sign energy. Ace of Wands, about empowerment. Like you're passing the torch on to all these different people. I know that in a baton, in a relay race, they pass one baton from one to the other. But it's like every time you interact with these people, you pass a baton on to them. Each one, you give them their baton. And they go and every time they meet somebody and they share this wisdom, they give the baton. And it just grows. And before you know it, everybody got power in their hand. Okay, everybody got power in their hand. They also want me to show you that in this baton, in this Ace of Wands, they have the symbolism of the tree of life, the Kabbalistic tree of life. Okay, so there's definitely you speaking life into somebody's life. The Prince of Discs, okay, and it's because this is about knowing what to hold on to and knowing what to let go of, again, and because you're consistent. You can't teach this, you can't share it, you can't speak it, you can't teach it, share it, speak it, or know it if you don't know it for yourself. Consistency is key. And temperance, a Sagittarius energy here. Temperance, peace. I heard your consistency in being this way gives you peace. I heard you definitely sleep good at night. I heard because if you didn't share sometimes what you know with people, like you would walk away like, damn, I should have told them what I know. They really needed to know that. And, you know, if you was to walk away, which I don't see you doing it, but they're saying if you were to walk away without sharing the thing that helped you, the knowledge, the wisdom, what you saw, get that message that downloaded and you're like, I don't know why I know this and I feel like I want to say this, but this don't make no sense. And so you have this whole argument like, this is stupid. Why are you trying to make me tell this person that they don't even know me like that? And then your spirit is like, just shut up and fucking talk. Stop arguing with me and tell them what we said. And then so finally, reluctantly, you're like, excuse me, you know, I really wanted to say blah, 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 blah. And then, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Oh my God, I was just wondering. Oh my God, all that, right? Princess of Swords. This is definitely talking to me. And look, she got the Medusa hat on. It's all the snakes coming off her head. And this snakes coming off the head is like, that's the effect of you speaking. And you'd be like, oh, people just be stuck. They jaw drop. They have to stop for a minute. Because earlier there's like, yeah, and then they're gonna take a long pause. They're gonna have to, because that long pause, that long dramatic pause is going to be the moment where they're like, hold on, this puzzle piece looks like it fits here, and this one looks like it fits there, and oh shit, I just got the whole puzzle. Princess of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is because people got questions. They want to know. Folks got questions. They want to know. I heard in spirit is looking for anybody that is open to channeling them answers, baby. Anybody that is open to channeling them answers, why are you able to channel answers? Because you've been through some things. You've been through some things. You learned some things. You protected your inner child because we saw that Kabbalah Tree of Life symbol. They want me to pull the Kabbalah Tree of Life Oracle and just get some more details. I'm not done. How long are we going to read in this message? Lord of mercy. Well, they're saying that you're getting what you need from it. So to keep going until they tell me that I'm done. That's how my spirit team talked to me. That's okay. I talk crazy back to them too. I talk crazy because I just be real. I'm not finna fake the funk. I'm not good at that shit. I got the same sun sign and moon sign. And so the way you see me is the way I come. There is no faking the funk. You know, I am what I am. I am what I am, like Popeye, the Sailor Man, okay? Let me see what else we have right here. Show me some more. Why the Mentor of Disc is here? Why is the Mentor of Disc here, please and thank you? Mentor of Disc is here because the surgeon, baby. The surgeon, precision. First off, everybody in the medical field is not a surgeon. The surgeon has to have extra special education. It takes longer to become a surgeon, and they have to have precision. They have to be accurate. They have to be smart as hell. You can't just go around operating on folks and you got half-ass wisdom and half-ass practice and you don't really know, well, it might be this one, it might be that one. Get the heck out of here. You can't just be doing that. Okay? So you're a surgeon. Show me more. Why the Fool? Show me the Fool. The Fool is the well. Oh, a lot of emotions that runs deep. I'm telling you, there's a lot of feelings that run deep. And this person would like to escape from it. They would like to free themselves from all these emotions, okay? Somebody here, this again has to do with abuse of power, father abuse, daddy issues, and also giving your power away. The seed, here you go. You plant the seed. With the star card, you plant the seed, okay? What are you? There's a little tiny creature flying around. I just saw it. I got so distracted. Squirrel! No, little tiny flying. It was itty bitty. It was smaller than a gnat. I don't know what it was. But it would just, where'd it go? I don't know. Anyways, and then every time I see something like that and I can't quite make it out, like, was it a fairy? In behind with the 7 of Disc, we have the marker. That's why this person kept going through a lot of painful experiences. Again, remember, they didn't believe that somebody could just be a decent person who ain't out to just take advantage of folks and lie to them and manipulate them, because they ain't never met nobody like that. Why? Because something happened in their life. Since 7 years old, that's what Spirit is saying. Since 7 years old, they had an experience that marked their life. And that's interesting because in the world of psychology, I believe, that talks about 0 to 7 years is where you form your core memories. And the Samoan people, in their tradition, for the first 7 years of the child's life, the child is to live with the grandparents, because the grandparents are going to instill that ancient wisdom, that old school energy into the child. So there's something there about 7 and 8, 7, 8, not 6, 7, 78, baby. 78 was great. Yes, 78 was great. Okay, that's some messages. That's for me, though. If I'd take you down that message I just got, that's a whole nother deep dive down a whole nother tangent. But 78, year that was great. Okay, the year of invincibility. Oh. Okay, so you, first off, you learn how to become invincible. But somebody here, something marked their life when they were 7 or 8 years old. Some of them were 7, some of them were 8. Okay, what you need to know. You, the sleeper, with the 8 of Wands, we have the sleeper coming out. You said something that hit the sleeper in them. You said something that woke somebody up out of a, you know how somebody sleep. They sleeping so damn good. They got drool coming out over here. You know, they farting. They don't even know. Well, spiritually, that's what this person's energy was like. They were sleeping so hard that they had drool. They were farting. They didn't even know, like spiritually, right? Whatever you say is pointing that out. It's highlighting that. Like, that's like, I don't know, firing off a fucking one. Oh, they should show me one of those bullhorns or air horn while the person's sleeping, and they just jumping, and I just see them jumping up, because they can't sleep through that shit. Whatever you say is like that kind of a wake-up call for somebody. Let me see the 9 of Cups coming up here. What is this 9 of Cups? 9 of Cups is the edge. Okay? This person, whatever you said, it makes this person take themselves to, it's like now all they have to do is step over the threshold, right? It's like whatever you said is holding this person's spiritual hand and walking them right up to their, okay, just go in. That's it. Just go in. This is the door of happiness. I can't walk in with you. You got to walk in for yourself. Why do you come up as a king of disc? Show me the king of disc energy here. King of disc, please. The treasure. You got the wealth. You got the abundance. We talked about that. You got the abundance. You got the wealth. I heard the hoard. The hoard of HORDE of abundance, wealth. This whole thing with the card on the floor again. Hold on. Oh, I found it. The treasury. You got the treasury. Oh, thank you. That's another thing. People have this fucked up idea that Jesus was broke. So they let themselves stay broke because they feel like that's how they can be Christly. Jesus had Judas, who ultimately betrayed him. But Judas was his accountant. He carried the money box. Jesus had enough wealth that he needed a whole person to carry the money box and keep accounting for him. It's okay for you to be wealthy. You have the treasury here. You've got the wealth of wisdom, that mystic, esoteric, spiritual insight, that spiritual authority. You're the boss, HBIC, up in here. Why the 2 of discs? Because the covering. This person is about to make a change. The covering. This person is going to make a change that's going to cover them in grace. I heard this going to cover them in grace. And it's like all of a sudden, the veil is lifted. The covering is addressed. In other words, the change is created in this person's life because you're like, dude, you're walking around and you can't see straight. That's why you keep bumping into shit because look, you got this thing over your head. And like, I'm walking around like this all the time and I don't even know I got something blocking my eyes and somebody walks up and like, baby, can you see now? Oh shit, I can see now. Yeah, as soon as that whatever was blocking their view is removed from in front of their eyeballs, they can see. And I'm not talking on the physical level. This is so spiritual level. But if it's for you, you get it. Let me see why the 4 of Wands is here. Why is there another card? Oh, the 4 of Wands and the Sun. Oh, okay. That's why. The Sun is the next one. Sorry. The runes are on the table. Okay, got it. Why the Sun is here? Clarify the Sun. Show me the Sun. The Sun is here because agitation. Interesting. So one of the things that you see, remember I talked about you being able to see the person like shift their energy. You see the moment where it all clicks together and it makes sense. And then one of the reasons you can see it is because first off, you feel their energy shift. Immediately when it hits and it makes sense, there's some agitation. It's like you just stirred the shit pot because now they're realizing all the lies. Now that they can see, they're like, how come nobody else? They just been letting me walk around all these years, my whole life with a veil over my eyes where I couldn't see. How come it took till I was today years old for somebody to say, hey, bro, take that off your eyeballs. You're going to be able to see just fine. You ain't going to be bumping into everything no more. But look, that's what you did in whatever way. Now, so for some of you, this is going to play out. You're going to tell somebody about their situation. Yeah, you're going to tell somebody the truth about their situation. A truth that they have been in denial about. They have not wanted to admit it. Every time the evidence is right in front of their face, it's like they can't see it. They can't see it. They can't see who's been taking advantage of them, using them, abusing them. They don't even recognize it as abuse. They don't even recognize it as abuse. Oh, yeah. They do not recognize as abuse the fact that their mother don't do nothing but talk shit to them, or their father don't do nothing but talk shit to them. They don't recognize it as abuse, emotional abuse, when all they do is just nag and nag and nag and never encourage and never applaud and never respect. There's never respect. It's always disrespect. They don't recognize it as abuse when all they do is talk shit. Oh, you a bad little girl. Oh, you a bad little boy. If they understood that that is a verbal abuse, the kid might be doing bad. They might be doing something bad, but that's different than being bad. You don't pronounce that over a child. You don't tell the child they're bad. You don't, well, you deserve this whooping, so I'm going to whoop your ass. Now you're giving them verbal abuse and physical abuse? Damn. No wonder we've had a hard life, because that caused somebody to grow up and choose verbally and physically abusive relationships. Because why? Daddy thought it was okay, and so they learned to accept that shit at home, and then so they start accepting it everywhere, accept it here and everywhere. Yeah, no. Somebody here is finally getting it. Somebody here is finally getting it, like, damn. Yeah, it was reminding me of a neighbor, person who lived upstairs, was asking me, talking about have two older sons that don't communicate at all because they said to him that he abused them. Okay, well, what happened? Well, you know, they fucked up and I whooped their ass. Okay, would you allow anybody else to whoop your child? No. Why not? Because they're my child. Okay, what about now as an adult? Would you want to watch your child get whooped? No, we're not. Then why do you think that when they're a little kid, it's okay for you to whoop on them and you their dad? You're supposed to protect them. Where's the fucking logic in that? Maybe a flick on the finger. As a matter of fact, it's so freaking funny. The other day, my granddaughter was going to grab the polishes off the rack, and I always used to do it with my grandchildren and with my daughter. I'll flick them. I don't abuse them, but I sure will flick them. Because they gonna notice, no. When I say no and you don't let, I'm finna flick your finger. I'm about to flick her finger. Just out of my natural being. I've never done it before. And my daughter's like, Mom, don't flick her. Okay, fine, my bad. I'm leaving. I'm gonna let you deal with it. I'm not even gonna fucking do it. You know, so there's this energy here of from home. So you were taught something was acceptable. But you moved through it. You healed from it. Now you can point it out to somebody else, and it's going to shift their whole fucking world. And then it's going to irritate them when they realize, like, damn, I really believed like that my whole life. Why the Four of Wands? Show me the Four of Wands. Four of Wands coming out with the head. A new headspace. This is a new headspace. A new way of thinking. A whole new mentality. Wow, what do you know? And also, again, the puzzle pieces clicking into place. Finally, whatever was tormenting their mind, it's done. Finally, we can close that chapter down after all this time. Why the King of Swords? Show me the King of Swords. What can you say about this King of Swords? King of Swords coming out with the dancer. This King of Swords know how to use them words, baby. King of Swords skilled with the words. It's like dancing. Talking is like dancing to this person. They got the moves, okay? Let me see the Ace of Wands. Why the Ace of Wands? Ace of Wands is because, hold on, Lord of mercy. It's because I can't see it and grab it at the same time. Thank you. Third attempt. The Ace of Wands is the beloved. So you're able to use the words in a way that shows someone the belovedness of themselves, how they should be loved themselves, how they are the beloved. Okay. Prince of this. Why the Prince of this? Otra vez. You have the gambler, and then something fell to the floor. The gambler coming out with the presence. Understanding what you hold on to. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Yes, the gambler. And the presence. What you hold on to and what you don't hold on to. That energy right there with the Knight of Discs energy. Show me the Temperance. The servant. Time was a servant in this. Time was serving you. I heard time is on my side. Yes, it is. So one of the things you're realizing is there's been a reason for everything you hold on to, everything you didn't hold on to, when you walked away, how long you stayed, and it made you perfectly ready for right now, for everybody that's going to cross your path right now. And every right now after this right now. Because now you know exactly what to say. You see things. You understand what you're hearing. You know that you need to speak it. You know that you'll feel better when you speak it instead of keep it to yourself, when you might help somebody change a whole life just by speaking what you know. Bottom of the deck is the Warrior. Okay. Yeah, this is about a spiritual battle. A spiritual battle that has gone on. And it started early in your childhood. And as you move through it and you process it, it puts you in alignment with being this person right here, right now. I'm going to do your Alpha and Omega messages, and we're going to pull you a free yes or no answer to your personal question. So these were the cards we pulled first, and we read them last. They put a beautiful bow on the message. It's a guardian of abundance. This is a time of great success for you. All your plans are blessed and will move forward perfectly. Unexpected job opportunities arise in the near future. Make sure to accept them. This card indicates that someone with an amazing career is involved in the situation. This is a powerful person with great integrity who enjoys hard work. This person could be you. Baby, they say you have put in the hard work for a long time. Get ready to get paid, okay? In whatever way, in fashions, and forms it shows up. They're showing me plural. Heavy emphasis on the plural. Let's see your postcard from Spirit. Dear wonderful you, intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone else get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the imperfect one that is totally you without artifice or walls. Yes, you will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it will be so worth it. This is the only way you will know true closeness with others, and you will also be close to Spirit and to us. There is amazing freedom that comes when you let go and just let yourself be yourself with another or a group. Release from the invisible bindings that keep you from intimacy is truly empowering. So may we support you wholeheartedly in this choice. You will know yourself better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is about who we are with others, so share it. You will be so glad you did. Loving you so, so much. And this was so much about sharing who you are with another. Look at that. Okay, let's see. What's the answer to your yes or no for today? Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. We're just going to give you the one answer. And this one answer is going to work for all of you, because your spirit team already know this game. They know how this works and helped you form the question accurately to receive your accurate answer. And the answer is no again. So I know what you asked. It's none of my business. That's between you and the divine. The answer for your personal yes or no answer is no today. So with all that being said and done, until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks.